Huntington North on the field, warming up with white pants, black jerseys, red letters and numbers with the white border. And they will send to the bump Nate Bowman, who is 4-2 on the year with a 3.25 earned run average over 28 innings, 25 hits, 18 runs, 13 of them earned. He has walked 17 and struck out 34. Carroll will start with Jackson Sparks, the leadoff man, the senior center fielder who's heading to Indiana State to play baseball for the Sycamores, has a 4.03 average and has 6 home runs on the year. And we've got a wind that is blowing rather briskly toward right field. And Sparks up there as a left-handed hitter takes the first pitch, and it misses high and away for ball 1. Bowman will work from the stretch, and that is lined over the second baseman, Brody Swadner, into center field for a base hit. Good start for the Chargers here in the top of the first inning. Sparks aboard, and it brings up Carter Irons, the junior third baseman, hitting .356 on the season. No home runs, 13 knocked in. He's a right-handed batter against the right-handed hurler. Bowman to the set. Sparks takes off. The pitch is low and not even a throw. He steals it standing up without a play. And the Chargers have a runner in scoring position with nobody out, top of the first inning. 1-0 count on Irons. And that pitch lined into left field. That will drop for a hit. And stopping at third is Sparks. Back-to-back line drive singles start the game for the Carroll Chargers. They've got runners on the corners. Nobody out for sophomore second baseman Eli Newhouser.
Number 5, Eli Newhouser.
Newhouser coming into play today, hitting .260 on the season, 4 doubles. No triples, no home runs, 10 knocked in. He's got a chance to give Carroll the lead with runners at first and third and nobody out. Nate Bowman throws to first, diving back as Irons. You can hear the wind, and it is blowing straight to right field. The pitch, breaking ball a little low and outside for ball 1. It's Sparks at third, Irons at first. Nobody out, top of the first, and Bowman delivers. And a check swing, and that bounces away from Robrock. Coming in to score on the wild pitch is Jackson Sparks, and the Chargers on the board here in the top of the first, leading 1-0. So a single, a stolen base, advanced to third on the hit by Irons, and then scores on a ball that took a bounce from Nate Bowman. And now at second base is Irons, and Newhouser with a hitter's count 2-0. The pitch popped up and out of play over our heads. We are on the first base side. In fact, we are positioned just above the Carroll dugout. Over on the third base side, the Huntington North Vikings. Nobody out, top of the first, runner at second, 2-1 count on Eli Newhouser. And the runner takes off for, he takes a bluff. He stops, and the pitch is called strike on the outside corner. Evens up the count, 2-2. Newhouser, a big kid, 6'3", 225. Check of the runner and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Newhouser strikes out. That's the first out in the top of the first. And it brings up cleanup hitter Tyler Morris with a runner at second. 1 run already in for the Chargers.
Standing in the cleanup spot for the Chargers will be their first baseman, number 13, Tyler Morris.
Tyler Morris, senior first baseman with a .273 average. Waits on the offering from Bowman, and the first pitch is a ball. Throw down to second. Diving back safely is Irons. One ball, no strikes on the right-handed hitting cleanup hitter for the Chargers, who already lead it 1-0. We're in the top of the first. The pitch, that's high and outside. It's 2-0. Huntington North 14-6. Chargers trying to get even on the season at 10-11 coming into the game. Bowman with the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Checking the Huntington North defense behind Bowman. In the outfield, left to right, Parker Doherty, Jimmy Linker, and Marcus Linker. We'll check the infield in a moment. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball's inside, and it's 3-1. Third to first, the Vikings line up Brady Harris, Cruz Kindler, Brody Swadner, and Tyler Williams. This pitch is high, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Tyler Morris. So runners at first and second. One out, top of the first inning, and it brings up Braden Chrislieb, the Chargers catcher.
Now batting for the Chargers will be number 2.
Chrislieb's got a .389 average.
Braden Chrislieb.
A double, a triple, no home runs, 11 knocked in this season. Chrislieb, a 5'11", 190-pound senior catcher. And a timeout is called. Trotting out to the mound is Huntington North catcher Max Robrock to have a word with Bowman. Bowman, a sophomore right-hander for the Vikings. Plenty of sunshine, cooler temperatures. It's about 25 degrees cooler than yesterday. And a gusty wind. Here's the pitch. And that catches the top of the zone for a called strike, 0-1. Chargers started the game with back-to-back hits. Jackson Sparks eventually came in to score. And a curveball that catches the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Irons the runner at second. Morris, his lead off first. The 0-2. In the dirt, blocked nicely by catcher Max Robrock. Runners stay put. That was textbook by Robrock. Went down, put the glove into the 5-hole, and just smothered it right at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Low and outside, 2-2. Chargers wearing white pants. They've got blue jerseys with a slightly darker blue number. Here's the pitch. And that's high and tight. No, he called it a strike. Ring him up on a called third strike. Looked up and in from our angle, but Chrislieb will sit down. 2 strikeouts in the inning so far for Bowman. And it brings up Jackson Craker, who's going to try to help himself. When the Chargers take the field, Craker will be the starting pitcher. A .257 average at the plate. 4 doubles, no triples, no homers. He's a left-handed stick. First pitch to Craker misses. It's 1-0. And a fastball paints the black on the outside corner to even it up, 1-1. 2 outs. We're in the top of the first. Chargers with a run aboard. The pitch. Breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and a strike. 2 runners on. Irons at second. Morris at first. 2-1 pitch. Popped in the air on the infield. It's going to be the shortstop, Cruz Kindler, calling, making the catch, and the side is retired. But the Chargers get a couple of hits They score a run and leave 2 runners on base after half inning of play. Chargers are the team that jumps out first, 1-0 over the Huntington North Vikings. And this is high school baseball presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Carroll Chargers and the Huntington North Vikings from Huntington, Indiana. And we go to the bottom of the first inning with Carroll leading it 1-0. And for the Chargers, they send Jackson Craker to the mound. A 2-3 record, 2.96 earned run average over 28 1/3 innings. He's given up 27 hits, 17 runs, 12 of them earned, 7 walks. He has struck up 25. He's a right-hander. And he is going to face Jimmy Linker to start it off in the bottom of the first for the Vikings. And the first pitch is just a little upstairs, ball 1. For the Vikings, they'll start with Linker, a .407 hitter. Right-handed stick, slightly open stance, and he grounds it hard left side into left field. And that goes through the 5.5 hole, and it's a base hit to start the game in the bottom of the first for the Vikings, and Jimmy Linker is aboard.
Batting second for
Huntington North looking for the answer here in the bottom of the first after Carroll took the 1-0 lead in the top half. Brody Swedner, .397 hitting, second baseman. Senior for the Vikings. He's a right-handed hitter, and he takes a pitch a little upstairs from the right-handed hurler. Linker, the leadoff first. The stretch by Craker, and the pitch. And that one is in there for a called strike, 1-1. After Swedner, you'll have Cruz, Kindler, Tyler Williams, and Marcus Linker, hitters 3, 4, and 5, who will follow. Throw to first, diving back is Linker. Craker, a 6-foot, 190-pound senior on the bump for the Chargers. The stretch, the 1-1. That buckles the knees. It drops in for a strike. And Craker gets ahead of Swedner, 1-2. Linker, the leadoff first. The pitch, way high. Chrisley climbs the ladder, goes and gets that one. Linker still at first base. Count evens up 2-2 on the Vikings second baseman. The pitch, and that is grounded off the glove of the pitcher, Jackson Craker, but he collects and throws out the runner at first. Advancing to second is Linker. That's the first out. If he'd have got that cleanly, might have had a chance to turn 2. But as it is, he does get an out of the play. And Linker now in scoring position, representing the potential tying run here in the bottom of the first inning. And it's Cruz Kindler, a .431 hitter. Junior shortstop, batting in the 3 hole. And he takes a fastball that hits the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Kindler with 8 doubles, no triples, couple of homers. The 0-1 pitch, fouled straight back into the screen behind home. And it's 0-2. Located just to the west of the high school. Beautiful baseball field that is a new addition since the days I played. But there's a lot of new additions since the day I played. 0-2 pitch. That's high. 1-2. In fact, we look over the right center field wall at the beautiful football stadium that was built here a couple of years ago. And a pitch that breaks into the dirt, a swing and a miss, but the ball gets past the catcher. So sprinting down to first is Cruz Kindler with the worst rule in baseball. And heading down to third is Jimmy Linker. So it will go as a strikeout and a wild pitch. And Kindler will be a base runner after striking out.
Cleanup hitter, first baseman.
Cannot tell you how much I despise that rule in baseball that allows a batter to swing at a pitch that the catcher can't even handle and be rewarded to get on base. So runners on the corners for Tyler Williams, the cleanup hitter, a .418 stick. Big right-handed hitter, and his knees buckle up on that breaking ball, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. Good first pitch, but Craker. Clearly Williams went up there looking straight dead red and got the big hook. The set and the pitch. And that's grounded middle of the diamond. Over is the shortstop, and he can't get it. It sneaks through into center field for a base hit. In from third comes Jimmy Linker to tie up the game. Other runners advance 90 feet. Kindler to second, and Williams safe at first with the second hit of the inning for the Huntington North Vikings, and they have tied it up even at 1 here in the first.
Next up for the Vikings will be the right fielder, number 10, Marcus Linker.
Williams picks up his 17th RBI of the season, and it brings up Marcus Linker, Vikings right fielder. First pitch is in there at the top of the zone for a called strike. Linker, 308 average, couple of doubles, 3 triples, 2 home runs, 9 knocked in. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back and takes a pitch low. Count evens up 1-1. The set by Craker. And the 1-1 on its way. It's outside. 2-1. I know we're doing here. Craker a look at second, a second look, and now he delivers, and that's low and outside, and he's fallen behind 3-1 to Linker. Carroll a run in the top of the first. Huntington North 1 across, still batting in the bottom of inning number 1. Kindler at second, Tyler Williams at first. Jackson Craker brings the 3-1 pitch, and it's tapped. A couple of hops right back to Craker. He collects, throws to first, and the runners advance. Linker retired at the plate, might have extended the zone on that 3-1 pitch. Gone for one a little bit low, and he just tapped it on a couple of soft bounces back to the mound. 1-3 the put out. So with 2 outs, 2 in scoring position for Brady Harris, senior third baseman, .273 hitter. Pitch from Craker, and that's fouled straight back out of play. Got ducks on the pond here in Huntington, bottom of the first inning. 1 run already across. Kindler, the runner at third. Tyler Williams out at second. Brady Harris at the plate, and that pitch in there for a called strike, and Craker's jumped ahead 0-2. Works quickly, gets the sign, the set, and the pitch way up high. Ball and 2 strikes. If the inning continues, Nate Bowman, the Vikings pitcher, who's also serving as the DH, comes up next. Here's the pitch, and that is a called third strike at the knees on the outside corner, and caught Harris looking. Inning ends couple of runners are stranded in scoring position, but the Vikings do get a run on 2 hits, and they head to the second with a 1-1 score. Huntington North and the Carroll Chargers here in Huntington on the PSM Baseball High School Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. It's going to be the bottom third of the order for the Carroll Chargers, due up here in the second inning. Tied 1-1, Chargers and the Huntington North Vikings.
DH for the Chargers, number 7.
On the mound for Huntington North, Nate Bowman. Bowman allowed a couple of hits and a run in the first. And that's Tommy O'Connor, designated hitter for the Chargers. He's hitting for Remington McKeever, the shortstop. O'Connor, just a 130 average, but he does have a home run and 4 knocked in. Right-handed hitter against the righty, and the pitch is up high, ball 1. A gusty wind blowing straight out to right field. The pitch, and that's high. It's 2-0. Dimensions here at the ballpark in Huntington, down the left field line, 340. Out in left center, 375. 405 straight away center, and the pitch is a strike, 2-1. Right center, it's 360. 315 straight away right field, and then it angles down to 310 on the line. And a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. And it's now even 2-2 on O'Connor, a senior. Six feet, 200-pounder. Bowman brings it, and that pitch is high, and it's gone the distance. 3-2 on the first batter at the top of the second inning. Bowman brings it, and that is lined into center field. That will be a base hit for O'Connor. And just like the Chargers did to start the game in the first, the leadoff man with a line drive single, he is aboard, and it brings up Asher Wagner, a sophomore left fielder for Carroll.
Left fielder, number 24, Asher Wagner.
Wagner in the 8th spot with a 149 average. No doubles, a triple, no homers, 7 runs batted in this season. Wagner, 5'10", 200-pound sophomore, batting from the right side of the plate. And that pitch is in the dirt, gets past Max Robrock, and heading down to second base is Tommy O'Connor. He's in scoring position, representing a potential go-ahead run here in the top of the second. Nate Bowman, sophomore hurler, brings it, and it's high and inside. Chin music to Wagner, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on the number 8 hitter. Good lead off second for Tommy O'Connor. Couple of looks, and he keeps extending that lead, and Huntington North not showing a lot of interest, trying to keep him close. So Bowman steps off the rubber. Now he resets. And now they'll sneak the second baseman in. And Bowman finally breaks the set as the batter calls timeout. O'Connor doing a good job of trying to get into the head of a young pitcher in Nate Bowman. And Bowman with a quick set and delivery. The pitch is a ball that bounces out of the glove of Robach, and sprinting down to third and diving in without a play is Tommy O'Connor. Really good job for O'Connor to start the inning with a base hit and use his speed to work his way around to third. And the count is 3-0 on Wagner. And he takes a pitch just up high, and it's 4-pitch walk, and the first 2 aboard about in the top of the second inning for the Carroll Chargers.
Hey, could you
It'll bring up number 9 hitter Logan Inman, senior right fielder with a 192 average. No extra base hits this year, 4 RBIs. Inman, a right-handed hitter with runners on the corners, shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes a strike, throw down to third, and it's over. Brady Harris's head into left field, and that's going to allow Tommy O'Connor to jump to his feet and sprint home, and the Chargers take a 2-1 lead. It's a stolen base for Asher Wagner. And with the first and third situation, Huntington North threw to third with the runner heading to second and just airmailed it. Now you've got a conference at the mound. Huntington North with the 14-6 record starting the game today. Carroll 10-11. But it's the Chargers now that have responded to Huntington North tying the game in the bottom of the first. And it's a 2-1 Carroll advantage. It's 0-1 on Logan Inman, with Wagner now the runner at second. The stretch and the pitch, and that is on the corner. A called strike. 0-2. Back to the top of the order, Jackson Sparks, who singled his first time up in the on-deck circle for Carroll. The pitch, and that's grounded in the hole to left field. Heading to third, and has a stop sign there for Asher Wagner. But an 0-2 base hit by the 9-hitter for Carroll, Logan Inman, with a grounder that just got between third baseman Brady Harris, shortstop Cruz Kindler. And now it's runners on the corners for a tough hitter in Jackson Sparks.
The plate for the Chargers, their leadoff man, center fielder, number 1, Jackson Sparks.
Chargers with a couple of hits in the first inning, 2 more added here in the second. One of those hits off the bat of Jackson Sparks, who bats for the second time. Started the day at 403, and he's only improved that with a single in the first inning. He scored the first Chargers run. This pitch misses. High and outside, ball 1. Bowman delivers, and that pitch is on the outside corner. Sparks decided it wasn't to his liking, but the count evens up 1-1. Sparks 6'3", 225. Big, strong hitter in that leadoff spot for Dave Ginder and the Carroll Chargers. The 1-1 runner goes, and they'll throw it right back to the mound and concede the base to Logan Inman. So now it's 2 in scoring position, and the count is 2-1 on Jackson Sparks. Tough situation here in the top of the second with 1 run already in. Nobody out. And the pitch popped and out of play. Third base side. Count evens up 2-2 on Sparks, with Asher Wagner at third, Logan Inman at second. We're in the top of the second inning. The pitch, that's high and outside. We've reached the limit with Jackson Sparks at the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that's high and outside. Sparks will take the open base and trot down to first with a walk. And now the bases are loaded, and you're getting into the heart of the Carroll order. Number 2 hitter Carter Irons singled his first time up.
Number 8, Carter Irons.
Irons, a right-handed stick. With 3 Chargers on board. looking to break it open here in the second, and that pitch hit him. Irons wore it well. The pitch was inside, and he just kind of tucked that arm and let it bounce off him. And he trots down to first, and coming in to score is Asher Wagner, and it's now a 3-1 Carroll lead. And a trot out to the mound, and that means we're going to get a new pitcher here in the second inning for Huntington North. The day is over for sophomore Nate Bowman. And it's going to be a tough situation for the Huntington North reliever, Brady Averill. He's a senior coming in, but he's going to have the bases loaded with nobody out, and the number 3 hitter will be the first batter that he will face. We'll go ahead and take a quick 30-second timeout and come back. Top of the second inning here in Huntington. Chargers with 2 across already in the inning, leading at 3-1 over Huntington North on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Tough situation for Huntington North here in the top of the second inning, with Carroll already getting a couple of runs in. The bases are full of Chargers. There's nobody out. Number 3 hitter Eli Newhouser due up, and the Vikings have called on the bullpen. Nolan Brimberry summons Brady Averill into the game. He is a senior trying to get out of a jam for Huntington North here in the second.
Number 5, Eli Newhouser.
Eli Newhouser, the sophomore second baseman for Carroll, 260 hitter. Struck out his only time up in the first, but he's got an opportunity to do some damage here in the second. With Inman at third, Sparks at second, Irons at first, and the pitch, a curveball that drops in for a strike, 0-1. Infield double play depth up the middle, the corners pinched in. The set, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good job by Averill coming in and getting 2 quick strikes on Newhouser. Long look into the plate to get the sign. Now the set and the 0-2. And he takes a pitch just off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. After Newhouser, cleanup hitter Tyler Morris would be next for the Carroll Chargers. Averill shakes off a sign, and of course with the runner out at second base, they're going through a sequence, and so it's a lengthy process to get the sign out to the senior pitcher. Now he'll go to the set and the delivery. Low and outside, evens it up 2-2 on Newhouser. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bags full of Chargers. Nobody out, top of the second. The pitch, grounded left side. Third baseman Brady Harris will come home and get the lead runner on a forced play at the plate. Nice job by Harris. Lead runner retired. Bag still full, but now there is 1 out for cleanup hitter Tyler Morris. Morris walked back in the first.
Now batting the first baseman, number 13, Tyler Morris.
So Inman, the runner thrown out at the plate. You've got Sparks at third, Irons at second, Newhouser at first. Tyler Morris, senior, back of the batter's box, and he takes a curveball for a strike, 0-1. Morris, 6-footer at 190 pounds. The set by Averill and the pitch, and that's high, evens things up 1-1 on the cleanup hitter. Chargers got a run top of the first. Huntington North answered with a run of their own in the bottom of the frame, and now in the top of the second, 2 are across, bags are full, 1 out, and the pitch. just off the plate. Borderline pitch, knee high, just off the outside corner. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo. Let's go, kid.
The pitch, swing and a miss at an elevated fastball. 2-2. Again, the middle infield, double play depth. Corners both even with the baseline. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way. And that is popped over our head and out of play. Count stays 2-2. More clouds than blue sky now here on a Saturday morning in Huntington. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A little tardy on the fastball and a big strikeout by Brady Averill for the second out of the inning. He's got a chance to squirm his way out of this bases loaded, nobody out situation that he inherited.
To the plate for the Chargers will be their catcher, number 2, Braden Chrisley.
Got a grounder to the third baseman. They threw out the lead runner at home, and now a strikeout, and it's Braden Chrisley. Strikeout victim in the first inning, and he swings at a curveball way out in front, 0-1. Sparks at third, Irons at second, Newhouser at first, Chrisley at the plate, the 0-1. That's high, 1-1.
Go, big. Go, 2. Come 2. Let's go, kid.
1 out away from stranding the bases loaded. And that pitch in the dirt, again, blocked nicely by Max Robrock. Just basically threw his body down into that one and smothered the pitch that skipped right about the plate. But Averill has fallen behind. 2 balls and a strike to Chrisley. A 389 hitter. He's knocked in 11 runs so far this year, looking to add to that total. And the pitch fouled straight back into the screen. 2-2 now on Chrisley. Chrisley, 5'11", 190-pound backstop for the Chargers.
Come on, Brady.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second. The stretch by Averill, the pitch. Bounces and again blocked by Robrock. I tell you, this guy's putting together a training tape on how to block pitches at the plate because he's had plenty of chances here in the first couple of innings. But the runners will get a head start now with a 3-2 count on Chrisley. The wheels will be in motion.
Come on, B, let's go.
Jackson Sparks at third, Irons at second, Newhouser at first. They're all on the way, and he'll lift the leg and step off the rubber. The pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. And the Chargers waste an opportunity to add to a 2-run inning. What a job out of the pen by Brady Averill. And the side retired. A lot happened in that one. He had a couple of hits, a couple of walks, hit by pitch, but the bases left stranded by the Chargers as we go to the bottom of the second. It is 3-1. Carroll the lead over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week. 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Chargers hoping they don't have a what-if moment from the top of the second where they had the bases loaded with nobody out. Huntington North brought in Brady Averill, who did a wonderful job of escaping any more trouble, but a couple of runs did score in that frame. So it's a 3-1 Carroll lead as Huntington North bats bottom of the second inning, and they'll start it off with Nate Bowman. And he swings and whiffs at the second pitch of the inning, and it evens the count 1-1. Bowman, a right-handed hitter, started the game as the pitcher for the Huntington North Vikings. This pitch misses high and away, 2-1. Jackson Craker gave up a run in the first. Now trying to shut the door with his Chargers up by 2, and that pitch fouled back to the screen. And it's 2-2 on Bowman. Bowman, a sophomore, a .219 hitter at the plate, couple of doubles, 7 runs batted in. Craker works from the stretch with the bases empty, and good breaking ball and a swing and a miss by Bowman, and he strikes out for the first out in the bottom of the second. Second strikeout, third strikeout so far for
now batting
Craker. One of the strikeouts reached base.
Number 16.
One of those lovely swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt that Kindler was able to get to first back in the first inning. So the batter is Max Robrock, and the first pitch buckles up his knees, and he takes it for a strike. Good curveball from Craker. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Tardy on the fastball. Good combo to start off Robrock from the Carroll right-hander. Base is empty. 1 out. Bottom of the second, and the 0-2. Check swing. And it is a strike, called strike on the corner. Not really sure if he called it the strike or called it swinging, but it goes as a K either way in the book, and that is 3 straight that have been struck out by Jackson Craker going back to last inning. And it is Parker Doherty, the Vikings left fielder, hitting in the 9th spot with a .265 average. Pitch from Craker. Swing and a miss. Quickly, it's 0-2 on Doherty. Trying to get a shutdown inning here. The pitch. And he swings and misses at an elevated fastball, and it's 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for Jackson Craker. We're heading to the third, and the Chargers lead it 3-1 over the Huntington North Vikings. This is the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Time to head to the third here in the first of what will be a doubleheader. We're bringing you Game 1 on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week between the Carroll Chargers and the Huntington North Vikings. Carroll leads it 3-1 as they come up to bat with hitters 6, 7, and 8 to face Brady Averill. And Averill was a magician back in the second, coming in and inheriting a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation, and he did not allow an inherited runner to score. So the first batter is Jackson Craker, his counterpart. Craker, the left-handed hitter, high in the air, shallow center. 3 converge, and it's the second baseman, Brody Swadner, who calls off the center fielder and shortstop and makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out on a pop-up. And it will bring up Tommy O'Connor. Started the rally last inning with a clean single up the middle. Scored the second run of the game for the Chargers. And this pitch lifted high in the air. Right field. Wind is pushing it toward right fielder Marcus Linker, who charges and makes a catch for the second out. So now there's 2 pitches, 2 outs. And the bases are empty for Asher Wagner.
24, Asher Wagner.
Odds are he is going to take a pitch. Wagner walked and scored last inning. And the pitch, he takes one, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Asher Wagner, just a sophomore, at 149 on the year. The 0-1 swings at a curveball in the dirt. 0-2. Brady Averill, senior right-handed pitcher. with the pitch, and that is hit in the air, right field, fairly deep, wind helping it, and it's over the head of Marcus Linker. One hops the wall. Heading into second is Asher Wagner. He's aboard for the second time, and it is a double for Wagner with 2 outs. Saw the effects of the wind, I think, a little bit on that one. It got in the air, and it carried quite well to that short right field wall. So the number 9 hitter, Logan Inman, will bat with a runner in scoring position. And the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Inman had a single his first time up. Trying to get that average above the Mendoza line. And that one fouled straight back into the screen. Inman, a 6 foot, 185-pound senior. Chargers lead it 3-1. Batting, top of the third, 2 outs. Wagner on second. Inman at the plate. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss at an elevated fastball, and that will end the Chargers' third. No runs. They get a hit and leave a runner on base. As we go to the bottom of the third, it is still a 3-1 Carroll lead over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. 3-1 Carroll lead, bottom of the third, and the Huntington North Vikings have the top of their order. It starts with Jimmy Linker, and the first pitch is a strike. Fouled it back. Linker a single and scored the lone Huntington North run in the first inning. That one's low and away, and it evens it up 1-1 on Jimmy Linker, hitting over 400 this year. Came in at 407, and he's had a 1-for-1 day. Shows a bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a fastball on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jackson Craker, the right-hander, goes to the set and the pitch. That's high and outside, and it gets past Braden Chrisley. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on, and the pitch. And that is tapped on one hop back to the mound. And Craker will flip it underhanded over to first baseman Tyler Williams to retire Jimmy Linker with the first out in the third. Carroll scored a run top of the first. Huntington North answered with 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. But the Chargers with 2 runs in the second, holding a 3-1 lead. And the first pitch to Brody Swedner is a check swing, and that is a strike, 0-1. Craker from the stretch with the bases empty and a swing and a miss. He's out in front, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, low and outside, 1-2. Layer of clouds with the sun trying to poke through. The pitch, that bounces in the dirt, and it evens things up 2-2 on Swedner. He tapped one back to the mound, his only time up. He's 0-for-1. Started the day hitting .397. And another pitch that misses low and away. And after an 0-2 start, it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes on Swedner. Craker to the set and the payoff. And that is low and outside, 4 straight misses and a walk with 1 out for Brody Swedner. So a runner aboard. That brings the tying run to the plate. And it's Cruz Kindler who does have a couple of home runs on the season. Number 3 hitter on the lineup card, and the first pitch is taken high and outside for ball 1. Kindler, a .431 hitter, grounds it into the 5.5 hole to left field. A base hit for Kindler, and 2 are aboard as the Vikings try to stage a little rally here, trailing 3-1, bottom of 3, and it's cleanup hitter Tyler Williams
now
with 2 on and 1 out.
Will be the first baseman, number 26, Tyler Williams.
Williams singled in the first. Check of the runners and the pitch. Low and away, and it gets past Chris Sleeve, and that's going to allow both runners to move up 90 feet and get into the scoring position. Swadner to third, Kindler to second. It's a 2-run game, and 2 are in scoring position for the cleanup hitter with a 1-0 count. The stretch, the 0-1, or the 1-0, and that is a pitch high and outside to make it 2-0. Chargers had the bases loaded, nobody out, with a couple of runs in the second, and did not add to it, stranding all 3 runners. That's why it's just a 2-run game. A swing and a miss by Williams, 2 balls and a strike. Craker with the 2-1, and that catches the knees at the outside corner. Called strike, 2-2. Williams with a wide stance. Waits on the 2-2 pitch, and he extends the zone, swings at a pitch low and away. Chris Lee will complete the put out on the strikeout to first base, and the runners stay put. Now there's 2 outs. Little over anxious. Williams swung at a pitch out of the zone.
Marcus Linker.
6 strikeouts now for Craker. And with 2 outs, 2 in scoring position, it's Marcus Linker. And the pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Vikings looking for a hit that could tie up the game. And again, buckles up at the plate, but that one misses a little wide, and it's 1-1 on Marcus Linker. 308 average when play started. Had a ground out to the pitcher. It's only plate appearance. And that one lifted in the air, right field. The wind is going to help it, drifting back. Inman at the wall, and it's gone. The wind tunnel to right, and the short porch pays dividends for the Huntington North Vikings as Marcus Linker goes yard the opposite way. His 3rd homer of the year. It's a 3-run shot, and the Huntington North Vikings take the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Now batting for the Vikings, the 3rd baseman, number 15.
RBIs number 10, 11, and 12 for Linker. And a big 2-out, 3-run homer, and it's 4-3 Huntington North. First pitch to Brady Harris is taken for a strike, 0-1. And a fastball. He's a little late, pops it up over our head on the first base side. 0-2. Harris struck out looking to end the first inning. He's got an 0-2 count here, and he takes one that's outside, 1-2. The set by Kraker and the pitch. Grounded, left side of the infield, deep at short is McKeever. Long throw and in time at first base. And Harris retired on the 6-3 putout. But the damage was done with 2 outs. A 3-run homer by Marcus Linker. And as we head to the 4th, it's now Huntington North with their first lead of the game, 4-3 over the Carroll Chargers on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. After a big 2-out, 3-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd, Huntington North takes the field here in the top of the 4th inning with a 4-3 lead. Brady Averill, who came into the game in the 2nd, inheriting a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation and did not allow a run to score, begins work here against this Chargers offense. That ball is lined toward the left field line, and it is down. Rounding first, heading to second is Jackson Sparks, and he'll be there with a double, his 2nd hit of the game. He's 2 for 2, and he started the day with a .403 average. And the Carroll Chargers looking for the response.
Now batting to third base.
Top of the order here in the 4th for Dave Ginder's Carroll Chargers. Carter Irons now, who has reached both times with a single and a hit by pitch, steps into the right-handed batter's box with the tying run at second base. The pitch from Averill, a breaking ball that's in the dirt. Irons lays off 1-0. The set, and Irons shows bunt and takes the pitch, throw down to second, and it bounces into center field. Sparks heads to third, and he slides in safely. A throwing error on the catcher puts Sparks 90 feet away from tying up this ball game. And the pitch at the plate ruled a ball. So it is 2-0 on Carter Irons.
Go, Carter.
Brady Averill. The stretch. The 2-0, and that is lined into center field, but it stays in the air long enough for Linker to make the catch. Tagging at third is Jackson Sparks. He'll come in to score, and we are all tied up. Irons does his job with a sacrifice fly to center, and that ball got to the center fielder, Jimmy Linker, on a line.
Now batting
4-4 game.
Number 5, Eli.
1 out, top of the 4th inning, and the base is empty for Eli Newhouser. First pitch to Newhouser, who's 0 for 2, taken for a ball low, 1-0. Averill delivers, and that's on the corner at the knees. Evens the count up 1-1 on Newhouser. Newhouser hitting in the 3 spot. Waits on the 1-1, and that's in the dirt. 2-1. Chargers with a run in the first, added 2 in the second. 1 run in here in the top of the 4th. We're all tied up 4-4. The pitch. Fastball just off the plate. 3-1. Huntington North with the right-hander on the hill and a right-hander at the plate. Newhouser takes the 3-1 high and tight for ball 4. And a 1-out base runner for the Chargers.
Stepping to the plate for the Chargers will be the
cleanup hitter Tyler Morris bats for the 3rd time. A walk in the first, a strikeout in the second. Morris started the day hitting .273. Right-handed hitter, wide stance, slightly open. And the pitch taken inside for ball 1. Newhouser, the runner at first. Morris at the plate. Braden Chrisley would bat next for Carroll. The stretch, the pitch, and a fastball high, 2-0. Chargers trying to get their record even. They started play today with a 10-11 mark. And the 2-0 pitch is inside, 3-0. Huntington North 14-6 so far this season under Nolan Brimberry. So you've got the cleanup hitter at the plate with a 3-0 count, the wind blowing out to right, and the pitch is taken all the way, and it's high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and now there's 2 aboard for Braden Chrisley. And you're going to have a pinch hitter.
Now batting.
It's going to be a pinch hitter, number 23, Cole Hannes, a 6'2 senior who's going to bat for Chrisley. Well, Chrisley but struck out twice in the game. He was 0 for 2, so Dave Gender decides Cole Hannes can take his shot here in Chrisley's spot. Hannes, 6'2", 210, senior, right-handed hitter, has 2 runners on. It's Morris at first and Newhouser at second. And the first pitch to Hannes, swing and a miss. One run already in, and that's tied it up here in the top of the 4th inning. 4-4 game. 2 aboard, 1 out, and an 0-1 count on the pinch hitter. The stretch for Averill, and the 0-1. And that's lifted weakly into left center, drifting over Parker Doherty, the left fielder, and he will make the catch for out number 2. So with 2 outs and 2 on, it's up to Jackson Craker, the Chargers pitcher, to try to put his team in front.
Jackson Craker.
Craker, pop up to short, pop up to second, 0 for 2 at the plate. A .257 hitter at the start of the day. Left-handed stick against the right-hander, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1.
Come on, Jack, let's go. Let's go, 9. Come on, 1-9.
Top of the 4th inning, tied at 4. Newhouser at second, Morris at first. The 0-1 pitch to Craker, and that is a fastball that misses. And I'm not sure where. 1-1. Craker would love to get one in the air to right field. And he takes that. It bounces, and it gets past Robrock. And that will allow the runners to advance, both into scoring position. That one actually may have bounced right off the plate. Got past Robrock, so it'll go as a wild pitch. And with a 2-1 count, 2 in scoring position, a tie game, top of the 4th. Craker with a great opportunity to help himself. The 2-1. A strike at the letters, right at the top of the zone on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Newhouser the lead off third. Morris the lead off second. 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch in the dirt, and it's gone full on Jackson Craker. First base is open. Tell you, if you're a left-handed hitter today, the first thing you're thinking is, find something I can get in the air to right field, because that wind is gusting to right, and we have already seen it affect a couple of balls for extra base hits, including the 3-run homer for Huntington North. The 3-2 lined into right field. That will drop in front of Marcus Linker. 1 run is in. Here comes the 2nd run at the plate. The throw home, and he slides in safely just ahead of the tag. It is a 2-run, 2-out single by Chargers pitcher Jackson Craker, and Carroll has reclaimed the lead. He hit it to right, didn't get it in the air, but it didn't matter. It looped weakly in front of Marcus Linker, and a close play at the plate with Morris sliding in just ahead of the tag. It's a 3-run inning to answer the 3 spot for Huntington North in the bottom of the 3rd. And the next batter is Tommy O'Connor, who takes a pitch up and in for ball 1. Craker had advanced to second on that throw home, and now there is a pinch runner. Xavier Edgar is running at second. This one high in the air center, and the wind pushing it back. Linker retreats and then camps under it, short of the warning track out in center field. He makes the catch. The side retired, but the Chargers pick up 3 runs on 2 hits, couple of walks and a runner left on base. Halfway through the first of 2 here at Huntington North, and it's the Chargers back in front. They lead it 6-4 over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM High School Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Seems like a game of tag, you're it. Back and forth we go here at Huntington as the Vikings come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning, now trailing 6-4 to the Carroll Chargers after Huntington North got a 2-out, 3-run homer from Marcus Linker to give them the lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Carroll answers with a 2-out, 2 RBI single by pitcher Jackson Craker. And they're on top 6-4. And so the Vikings will start with the bottom 3rd of their order. Nate Moen, the designated hitter, will step in. He was the starting pitcher in the ball game. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the first pitch high and tight for ball 1. Looks like we might have it is not a pinch hitter. It is Bowman who hits it, and he grounds it right up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Bowman aboard to start things for Huntington North here in the 4th inning.
Nate Bowman with the...
And it's Max Robrock who will bat with a runner on. Robrock 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 6-4 game, bottom of the 4th here in Huntington. And the first pitch to Robrock taken at the knees on the outside corner for strike 1.
Plate for the Vikings.
Robrock, a sophomore catcher, started the day with a 178 average. The stretch. The pitch, and he shows bunt and missed the stab at it, got a little piece, and so it's a foul ball. It's 0-2. Nate Bowman, the sophomore, running at first, takes his lead, and the pitch. And that's grounded toward the middle of the diamond, fielded by shortstop Remington McKeever to second, on to first, and they say it pulled him off the bag. What a play. McKeever with a good scoop and flip to Newhouser, but the throw to first. And now they're going to talk about it to see, did he keep his foot on the bag? The 2 umpires are collecting. And they do say he is safe. So, hustled down the first base line by Max Robrock. he'll have a runner that comes in for him, and that will be number 9, who, of course, is not on the roster. So we've got a runner at first base. Rhett Holzinger will be the runner.
Now batting, the left fielder, Parker Doherty.
Quick snap throw to first. Diving back is Holzinger, the pinch runner. 6-4 game. Carroll leads. We're in the bottom of the 4th. A bunt, and it's a good one. Chris Lieb out from behind the dish makes the play to first, and a good job by Morris sliding from fair territory to foul territory to make the catch as the throw went right over the back shoulder of the runner. And Doherty, the number 9 hitter in the Huntington North lineup, gets a sacrifice on a really good bunt. Down to second goes Holzinger.
The center fielder, number 12, Jimmy Linker.
Top of the order now for Huntington North. Jimmy Linker bats with 2 outs. Runner at second base. Holzinger, the pinch runner, as the winds pick up. And the first pitch is in the dirt to Linker for ball 1. Linker batting for the 3rd time. Had a single and scored his first time up. Hit a tapper back to the mound his second time up. It's 1 for 2. This pitch low and away, and it's 2-0 on Linker. Linker, a .407 hitter on the year when play began. 4 doubles, a triple, no home runs, but he's knocked in 11. Jackson Craker, the right-hander, goes to the set, checks the runner at second, and swing and a miss at the plate. 2-1. Craker with a 2-1 count on the leadoff man, and they'll go to a play at second. Sneaking in second baseman Eli Newhauser, but diving back is the pinch runner, Rhett Holzinger. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch, chopped third base side and foul. Count evens up 2-2 on Linker. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Huntington North with a run in the bottom of the bottom of the 1st. Added 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. The stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss. And Craker strikes out Jimmy Linker to retire the side. So nothing comes across for Huntington North in the bottom of the 4th inning. They do get a hit, but strand a runner. And after 4 complete, it's Carroll 6, Huntington North 4 on the PSM Baseball Academy Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. The 10-11 Carroll Chargers leading the 14-6 Huntington North Vikings 6-4 as we move to the 5th inning. And the Chargers with hitters 8, 9, and 1 to face Brady Averill. And that means Asher Wagner leads things off. And the first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Averill, a right-handed hurler, brings the 0-1 pitch, and it's popped in the air in the infield. Who's going to call for it? Looks like the second baseman will call off everyone, and Brody Swadner does make the catch for out number 1. Of course, when you've got the left side of the infield thinking it's heading their direction, they've got to take into consideration gale force winds blowing toward right. You almost feel like everything's going to end up on the right side of the diamond. Here's a little looper off the end of the bat over the third baseman, Brady Harris, and into left field for a weekly hit line drive single off the bat of Logan Inman, and he has got his second hit of the day in that 9 spot. He started only a 192 average, but he's 2 for 3.
Now batting the center field.
1 out base runner for the Chargers, and it's back to the top of the order, and that means the dangerous Jackson Sparks in the left-handed batter's box, and he takes a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Sparks, a single and scored in the first, a double in the fourth. The set and the pitch, and that is in the air. Right field, forget about it. The wind is going to take this one a long way out of the ballpark. And Jackson Sparks with his 7th of the year, a no-doubter. That didn't need help from the wind. And the Chargers extend their lead on the 2-run bomb by Jackson Sparks to 8-4.
Stepping to the plate for the Chargers will be their third baseman, Carter.
All of a sudden, you go on to cycle watch for Jackson Sparks. He now has a single, double, and a home run in the ball game. He is 3 for 3, has scored 3 times. What a day for the Indiana State Sycamore product. Still just 1 out for Carter Irons, and he takes a strike 0-1. Irons a single, a hit by pitch, and a sacrifice. He's done a little bit of everything so far in the 2 spot for the Carroll Chargers today. This pitch misses. It evens it up 1-1 on the Chargers junior third baseman. And the pitch, that's fouled straight back into the screen, and it's 1-2 on Irons. Chargers have scored in every inning but the third. Got 1 across in the first, couple of more in the second. And this one grounded hard up the middle. Diving play by Kindler. He's to his feet. He's throwing to first, and he retires. Carter Irons on a brilliant play by Cruz Kindler, the Huntington North shortstop. Took one away. That ball was headed towards center field, and the full dive and layout by Kindler to glove it and quickly get to his feet and throw on target to Tyler Williams at first, and Irons absolutely robbed of his second hit of the day. Now it's Eli Newhouser at the plate. First pitch misses, ball 1. Wow. Second pitch is low and away for ball 2. If we had a camera, we might be able to pass that one along to our friends at Sports Center, because that was a beauty by Cruz Kindler, Huntington North shortstop. So after the pitch is fouled away, it's 2-1, and the next offering is a called strike at the letters, inside corner, 2-2. 2 outs, the bases are empty. We're in the 5th. And that one grounded middle of the diamond and over to his right, second baseman Brody Swagner, and he'll throw to first. It's a 4-3 put out. Newhouser retired, and that will end the Chargers' 5th. But a 2-run homer by Jackson Sparks, his 7th of the year. And the Chargers extend their lead to 8-4 over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, the Carroll Chargers make a pitching change. It is a left-hander, 5'8", 185-pound senior Evan Reinhardt, who takes over from Jackson Craker, who worked the first 4 innings. On the year, Reinhardt a 4.20 earned run average. He's got a 1-1 record. He's pitched 28 1/3 innings, given up 32 hits, 22 runs, 17 of them earned. He's walked 16 while striking out 31. And he will face Hitters 2, 3, and 4 for the Vikings, who trail it 8-4 as they bat in the home half of the fifth.
For the Vikes will be Brody Swadner.
Brody Swadner, who is 0 for 1, batting for the third time. He walked and scored in the third, and the first pitch is fouled out of play, 0-1. Reinhardt, southpaw, brings the 0-1 pitch. It's low and away, evens the count, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is up high, 2-1. The left-hander with the full windup on the 2-1 pitch. And that's in there for a strike, 2-2. 2-2 pitch drops low for a ball, 3-2. Swadner started the day with a .397 average. And the pitch, that is lined and into left field past the outstretched arm of shortstop Remington McKeever. And it's a leadoff single here in the fifth for Brody Swadner. So a runner on for Huntington North as they start to try a comeback here, trailing 8-4.
Next up for the Vikings.
And it is number 3 hitter Cruz Kindler, who had a defensive web gem last half inning. The Huntington North shortstop took one away in the top of the fifth on a ball that was drilled on the ground up the middle of the diamond, and Kindler moved to his left and dove and made a beautiful play. Bunt popped in the air, and the catcher, Braden Chrisley, will make the catch. And so Kindler quickly retired on the pop-up bunt. Swadner stays put at first, and there's one away.
Next up for the Vikings will be the first baseman, number 26, Tyler Williams.
So with one out, Tyler Williams, the cleanup hitter, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Checks his swing and takes a strike. It's a lefty-righty combination with Reinhardt, the left-hander on the hill. Williams at the plate, and Reinhardt throws to first. Diving back is Swadner. And it's a balk. They're going to award second base to Brody Swadner, the balk on Reinhardt. And now you've got a runner in scoring position with one out in the bottom of the fifth for the Huntington North Vikings. The pitch, swing and a miss by the big right-handed stick, Tyler Williams, a junior. The stretch by Reinhardt, check of the runner at second, and the pitch. High and tight. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Williams, with Marcus Linker, who had a 3-run homer his last time up, waiting in the on-deck circle. The pitch, and he got around a little early and chops it wide of third, foul. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. High school baseball in the spring. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and a pitch just outside. 2-2. You know, generally you pay your dues in April with the weather, and by this time in May you're enjoying the fruits of the labor, and not so much today. It's a colder day, a lot of wind, and a pitch misses low and outside. It's now full on Williams. And the wind has had some effect on the ball game. Anybody gets the ball in the air to right field, it's got a chance. And that ball is pulled foul on the line down the left side. Bullpen and a batting cage out of play down that left field outside. Payoff pitch, and that is low. It is ball 4. So Williams, a 1-out walk. And so you've got Williams at first. Wadener still out at second base.
Now batting for the Vikings.
And it is Marcus Linker, who had a similar situation with a couple of runners aboard his last time up in the third, and he put it out the opposite way for his third home run of the year. And the first pitch taken for a strike. It's 0-1 on the 308 hitter, who is 1 for 2. Tapper back to the mound, and that 3-run home run. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Linker a little behind the heater from Reinhardt. Reinhardt, a senior southpaw. His first inning of work. The 0-2. Fastball upstairs, and a good check of the swing by Linker to hold off. And it's 1-2. Reinhardt, the stretch, check of the runners, and the 1-2 pitch is a little high, and it's 2-2 on Linker. It's an 8-4 game. Carroll leading it. Huntington North batting. Bottom of the 5th, the game scheduled for 7. And the pitch. And that is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Out number 2, Linker will sit down, and runners still at first and second for Brady Harris.
Now batting, the third baseman, Brady Harris.
Harris, a right-handed batter against the lefty. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. It's been a back-and-forth game. Right now, Carroll, with the last 5 runs of the contest, leading at 8-4. 2 outs, 2 on. And the pitch, top of the zone for a called strike. Evens the count, 1-1. Brady Harris struck out looking in the first, and a ground out to short in the third. He's 0 for 2. The 1-1 pitch, that's a called strike, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Vikings' third baseman. Harris, a senior. Takes the pitch outside. It's 2-2. Bright orange bat. White batting gloves. Right-handed hitter. And the 2-2 pitch lifted in the air to right. The wind is blowing. Back is Inman. He looks up, and it is gone. Another wind ball hit the opposite way by a right-handed hitter, and it gets out of the yard for Brady Harris with 2 strikes and 2 outs. A 3-run home run. We've got a 1-run game. RBIs number 10, 11, and 12 for Harris. Any ball in the air to right.
Now batting, Nate Bowman.
Has got a chance with that wind that we have in Huntington today. First pitch to Nate Bowman is a strike, 0-1. That one's up high, evens the count up. Well, a 2-out, 3-run homer for Marcus Linker gave the Vikings the lead back in the third. This one draws them to within a run. It's now an 8-7 game in the bottom of the 5th. First homer of the year for Harris. The 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, taken for a strike, 2-2. Bowman was the starting pitcher for Huntington North, but he was in the lineup as the DH/pitcher, and that pitch just deflected off the elbow. Just a brush off the elbow, but it does award Bowman first base. Hit by pitch, so the inning will continue. Tying run is now aboard for Max Robrock. And I think we're going to get a pinch hitter. And let's see who the selection is going to be. And now it's going to be Braden Freiberger, freshman right-handed hitter.
The new pinch hitter for the Vikings.
So Freiberger will come in with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner at first, and the pitch is outside, ball 1.
Go ahead, fight it, let's go.
Bowman with the lead off first, and the pitch, and it's off the bat handle the opposite way, and it will drift out of play on the first base side. That evens the count up 1-1 on Freiberger. Bowman, though, that position in the batting order that is now utilized by coaches, where you can designate a player who's in the game as both the position player and the designated hitter. Grounder to third, going the short way is Irons to second to retire the lead runner. That's the third out of the inning. So Bowman, even after he was pulled as the pitcher, remains as the designated hitter. Well, 3 big runs scored by Huntington North on the 3-run homer by Brady Harris. And after 5 complete here in Huntington, it's an 8-7 Carroll lead over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Heck of a battle between the Carroll Chargers and the Huntington North Vikings, and Mother Nature might be winning the day. A strong wind blowing out to right that has been a factor. It's helped a couple of Huntington North 3-run home runs, and as a result, we've got a 1-run game as we head to the 6th of a scheduled 7-inning contest. And Huntington North is going to send a new pitcher out to the mound. And it's going to be Eli Poehler who takes over. Poehler is a freshman pitcher. And he is a right-hander. Comes in with his team trailing by a run. Chargers will send hitters 4, 5, and 6 to the plate to face him. It starts with Tyler Morris.
Number 13, Tyler Morris.
Morris, a couple of walks, sandwiched around a strikeout. 0 for 1 officially. And the first pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner from the freshman right-hander. Next pitch misses, evens the count 1-1. Eight to 7, Chargers lead it. 3 runs in the 4th, a couple of more in the 5th, and then Huntington North the answer with a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-1 is high, 2-1. Even though we've had 3 home runs in the game, I do have to say the home run hit by Jackson Sparks as that pitch hits the top of the zone, 2-2, did not need help from the wind. He crushed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First batter of the inning. Morris waits and fouls it out of play. Poehler, as you'd expect, kind of the frame of a freshman. Fairly lanky. Works from the stretch, and the 2-2 is in the dirt, and that skips past Max Robrock, the Huntington North catcher. So a 3-2 count on the cleanup hitter for the Chargers, leading things off in the top of the 6th inning. The stretch, The pitch, elevated heat, and a swing and a miss from Morris. He strikes out. Good start for the freshman on the hill.
Now batting.
One out, the base is empty.
Number 2, Braden Chrisley.
It'll be Braden Chrisley, the Chargers catcher, in the right-handed batter's box against the right-handed hurler. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Chris Leap started the day with a .389 average, but had a pair of strikeouts. Was pinch hit for the last time this spot in the order came up. Now he's back in the re-entry rule. Pitch in the dirt, and the count evens up 1-1 on Chris Leap.
Come on, Brady, let's go, kid. Come on now.
The 1-1. And that's just a little outside, 2-1. Polar, a 1.56 earned run average. He's got a 1-0 record on the hill. Pitch in the dirt, 3-1 on Chris Leap. It's his 6th appearance of the year for the Vikings. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. And for the second batter in a row here in the inning, it is a 3-2 count. 1-run lead for the Chargers, 8-7. And the 3-2 pitch in the air, center field. Over to his right, center fielder Jimmy Linker, and he dives and makes an unbelievable catch to take one away from Chris Leap. Wow! Huntington North showing off the leather. We saw it at short earlier, and now Jimmy Linker ranging over toward the left center field gap, a complete layout, and a catch made
Chargers
for the second out of the inning.
Number 6, Evan Reinhardt.
What a play by Jimmy Linker out in center. 2 outs, bases are empty for Jackson Craker. And it's going to actually be the pitcher who came in, Reinhardt, who will bat. Evan Reinhardt, left-handed batter, who came into the game as the relief pitcher, takes the first pitch for a ball. Now the 1-0 pitch is outside. It's 2-0. Reinhardt, left-handed batter against the right-handed thrower. Polar goes to the stretch with the bases empty, and he misses low. It's 3-0. Two outs, bases empty. 1-run Carroll lead. Chargers batting top of the 6th. And the 3-0 pitch. And that is ball 4, high and outside. A 4-pitch walk to Reinhardt, batting for the first time in the game. And the inning will continue for Tommy O'Connor.
Now batting is the Chargers DH, number 7.
O'Connor, a right-handed hitter who singled and scored a run in the second. Fly out to right, fly out to center. And we're going to have a runner at first base. Xavier Edgar will run for Reinhardt. Edgar the lead off first. O'Connor waits at the plate. The stretch by Eli Polar. And the pitch, grounded left side to third. Up with it is Harris. Good accurate throw to first, and the side retired. So the Chargers get a 2-out walk, but strand a runner. Nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains a 1-run Carroll lead, 8-7 over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. It's a good one here in Huntington. I am Brett Rump with our producer Adam Lundy. An 8-7 Carroll lead as Huntington North bats, bottom of the 6th inning. And they send up hitters 9, 1, and 2, starting with Parker Doherty. And the first pitch swung on and missed for strike one. Evan Reinhardt, the left-handed hurler, who's in relief. And a line drive, but foul down the left field side. Doherty is in an 0-2 hole. Reinhardt, southpaw, brings the 0-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Blew it right past Doherty. And a strikeout is the first out in the bottom of the sixth. It's back to the top of the order, and Jimmy Linker, who had an unbelievable diving catch out center field in our last half inning, steps into the right-handed batter's box, and the first pitch is outside for ball one. Linker singled and scored in the first. Tapped it back to the mound in the third. A strikeout in the fourth. Takes a breaking pitch for a strike, and it's evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter for Huntington North. Trailing 8-7. And another pitch taken just off the plate this time. It's 2-1. Reinhardt delivers. And the 2-1 at the top of the zone. A called strike, 2-2. Huntington North with a pair of 3-run home runs. The pitch, swing and a miss. Linker strikes out for the second consecutive time, and there's 2 outs. The bases are empty after back-to-back strikeouts here in the sixth, and it brings up Brody Swadner, the Vikings second baseman.
Number 3, Brody Swadner.
Swadner has scored a couple of times. Reached on a walk, reached on a single, and he's going to be on base with another single. Swadner now a 2-for-3 day, and he extends the inning with 2 outs for Cruz Kindler.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 14, Cruz Kindler.
And Kindler, a strikeout reaching on a wild pitch. Popped up a bunt his last time up. Singled and scored in between in the third. The 1-0 pitch, and that is up. It's 2-0. Tying run on base. Go ahead run at the plate. And the 2-0. Hit hard right off Reinhardt. It rolls to McKeever at short. His throw to first, and it's in time. Remington McKeever, the freshman shortstop, after the deflection off of Reinhardt. And that will end the Huntington North sixth. A 2-out hit, a runner left on, nothing across, and as we head to the final inning, it's the seventh coming up next. It's an 8-7 Carroll lead over the Huntington North Vikings on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Carroll Chargers look to add some insurance here in the top of the seventh inning, leading at 8-7 over the Huntington North Vikings. They'll send up hitters 8, 9, and 1 to face Eli Poehler. And the first pitch to Asher Wagner is taken up high for ball one. The 1-0. Just off the plate, 2-0. Chargers running the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 2 more in the fifth. Pitch is up and in. It's 3-0 on the first batter here in the top of the seventh. The number 8 hitter in the Chargers order.
Go Marlin.
The 3-0 pitch taken for a strike, 3-1. Wagner walked and scored in the second, doubled back in the third, popped up to second in the fifth. And he takes a pitch on the outside corner, 2 steps toward first base, but he comes back and retreats to the batter's box. It's now a 3-2 count. Poehler trying to come all the way back. The 3-2. popped and foul ground, first base side, and giving a look, Tyler Williams. He can't quite get there. It's out of play, and the count stays 3-2. As we roll past the 12 o'clock hour here in Huntington, an 8-7 Carroll lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. All the way back after falling behind 3-0. Wagner strikes out, and there's one away in the top of the 7th.
Now batting the right fielder,
Logan Inman, who's having a heck of a day in the 9 spot. Couple of singles sandwiched around a strikeout. He's 2 for 3. Started the day with a 192 average. And the first pitch in the dirt. Senior getting a chance out in right field here in game 1 of 2. Righty-righty matchup. Umpire with a warning to Poehler about coming set. The 1-0. And that deflected off the elbow guard. And that's a hit batter. And Inman trots down to first. So a 1-out base runner for the Chargers with the 1-run lead here in the final frame, top of the 7th inning. And stepping in is Jackson Sparks, looking for a triple to complete the cycle. A single and scored a run in the first. A double and scored a run in the fourth. A home run in the 5th.
Jackson Sparks.
He is a left-handed hitter, and the wind still pummeling out toward right field. With a short porch, only 310 down the line, 315 straightaway right field, and the first pitch to Sparks is in the dirt. And Poehler, the pitcher, just had the hat blow off his head all the way out to the second baseman. And Sparks' home run in no way was a wind ball. He completely crushed it for his 7th of the year. The leadoff first for Inman, and the pitch. That's in the dirt, 2-0. Carroll leading at 8-7, batting with 1 out and 1 on, top of the 7th inning. The stretch, the pitch, and it's in the dirt again. And Eli Poehler may just be a freshman, but he's got the brains of a senior by not putting anything too sweet into the zone of Jackson Sparks. Sparks not only the single, double, and home run in the game, but he also walked in the second. Been on base every time. And the 3-0, and he's swinging away, lifts it in the air, deep right field, back and gone! His second homer of the game. That one was a wind ball over the head of Marcus Linker, the right fielder, and a 2-run homer for Jackson Sparks, his 8th of the year. Well, maybe, I don't know if he has the option to just stop at third, but he'll go ahead and trot all the way around. Sparks on a 3-0 pitch takes it yard, and the Chargers extend the lead to 10-7.
Now batting for the Chargers will be the third baseman, number 8, Carter.
Indiana State is getting a good one. Senior Jackson Sparks now with a single, a double, and a pair of home runs. And a 10-7 Carroll lead for Carter Irons, who takes the first pitch a little high, ball 1. Poehler goes to the set, and the pitch is on the outside corner to even up the count. Irons a single, a hit by pitch, a sacrifice fly, and a ground out to short. Officially, he is 1 for 2. Right-handed hitter, waits, and takes a pitch in the dirt. 2-1. The stretch by Puller. The pitch, that's high and outside. It's 3-1 on irons with Eli Newhouser in the on-deck circle. Chargers, multiple runs in the second, fourth, fifth, and now here in the seventh. The pitch, that's low, and it's ball 4, and trotting down to first base is Irons with his first walk. He's done a little bit of everything in the ball game, and now he's aboard with 1 out for Eli Newhouser.
Stepping to the plate for the Chargers will be the second baseman, number 5, Eli Newhouser.
Newhouser 0 for 3, did have a walk and scored a run in the fourth. Irons the lead off first. Newhouser in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch, a called strike. The steal and the throw to second. And they say safe that he missed the tag. The ball was there plenty of time, but a good job of avoiding the tag by Irons, and he gets a stolen base. He is out at second base with 1 out and an 0-1 count on Newhouser. We're in the top of the seventh. Carroll with a couple of runs across, now leading at 10-7, and the pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Newhouser. Newhouser, a sophomore, at second base today with a .260 average when the day started. Long look in for the signs for the freshman right-hander Eli Puller, and the 0-2, swing and a miss. And for the second time today, Newhouser strikes out. There's two-way. It'll bring up cleanup hitter Tyler Morris.
Stepping to the plate for the Chargers will be their first baseman.
Morris still looking to get a ball in play. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Scored a run in the fourth. Right-handed hitter with a runner in scoring position at second base. 10-7 Chargers lead. We're in the top of the seventh. There goes the runner for third. Swing and a foul ball. Fouled it straight back. And Irons is going to have to go back to second. He timed that, got a running start toward third. Two outs, top of the seventh. 2 runs already in, and Irons the lead off second. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch, and that's low and away. Bounces away from Robrock, but he was able to quickly scamper to it. Keep Irons out at second base. Chargers looking to even their record at 11-11 on the year. Pitch, that's low, and it's 2-1 on Morris. Irons the lead off second base. Puller on the bump, looks in, gets his sign, goes to the stretch. Check of the runner at second, and the pitch. And that is just a little off the plate. And it's 3-1 on Morris. Morris started the day with a .273 average. Chance to knock in his 12th run of the year with the runner in scoring position, and the 3-1 pitch, and that is inside. And that gets past the catcher, and it's going to allow Irons to go down to third on ball 4. Morris takes his base, his third walk of the day. And it's runners on the corners, 2 outs, top of the seventh. for Braden Chrisley.
Now batting the catcher for the Chargers, Braden Chrisley.
Both runners aboard reached via a walk. And now the freshman Eli Poehler trying to work out of a jam. Already trailing 10-7, top of the 7th inning. Chrisley 0 for 3, and now they step off, and they've got the runner hung up, but a balk is called. And that's going to allow Irons to trot in from third with the 11th run of the game for Carroll. And advancing to second, Tyler Morris. They thought they had picked off Morris, but the balk called. And now you've got Morris at second, another run in. And Chrisley at the plate with a swing and a miss. 3 runs across as insurance for the Carroll Chargers, who started the 7th with a 1-run lead. They've extended it to a 4-run advantage. This one grounded off the pitcher. Poehler, bare hands, picks it up and throws to first to retire Chrisley. 3 big runs scored by the Chargers. The 2-run bomb by Jackson Sparks, his second home run of the game. The big hit. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, it is do or die for the Huntington North Vikings. They trail it 11-7 to the Carroll Chargers on the PSM Baseball Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. To the bottom of the 9th here in Huntington, and the Vikings trailing the Carroll Chargers 11-7 with hitters 4, 5, and 6 due up against Evan Reinhardt, the senior left-hander, and it's cleanup hitter Tyler Williams taking the first pitch down low for ball 1. Well, Huntington North with a run in the first, 3 in the third, and 3 more in the 5th. Need 4 to keep this game alive, and that pitch is low, and it's 2-0. And one thing you don't want to do as a pitcher when you've got a multi-run lead in the 9th is allow free base runners, and that time Reinhardt challenged Williams, and Williams swings and misses. Williams a single back in the first. He walked and scored in the 5th, and this one in the air weakly into center field, and it will drop in no man's land beyond the infield and in front of center fielder Jackson Sparks. It's a leadoff hit for Tyler Williams.
For the Vikes will be the right fielder, Marcus Linker.
And Williams is immediately going to be pinch run for, and coming in to run
Adrian Brooks.
Is Adrian Brooks.
Is the pinch runner for Tyler Williams.
So Brooks running for Williams at first, and Marcus Linker, who does have a 3-run homer to his credit earlier in the game, steps into the right-handed batter's box. That was his team-leading 3rd home run of the season, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. The wind blowing rather briskly to right field, and it's a short wall in right here in Huntington, and some hitters have taken advantage of that. That pitch, Linker gets around early and fouls it along the fencing on the third base side. He's in an 0-2 hole. The stretch and the 0-2. Tried to check his swing on a high fastball, and they'll say he did not offer. Well, the home plate umpire appealed it to the base umpire. He apparently went right past me because I'd have rung him up. But it's 1-2. And it's high in the air, center field, not real deep. Jackson Sparks trots in, makes the catch, and there's one away. So the one out, the runner retreats back to first, and it's Brady Harris.
For the Vikings.
Harris had one of those pop-ups to right that the wind took over the wall. His first homer of the year, his last time up. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Evan Reinhardt came on in relief in the 5th for starter Jackson Craker for the Carroll Chargers. Throw to first. No problem diving back in for Adrian Brooks. Brooks running for Tyler Williams, who started the inning with a single, and the pitch is outside, 2-0. Huntington North 14-6 coming into the game, hoping to avoid their 7th loss. They trail by 4 here in the bottom of the 7th, and another pitch that misses, 3-0. Harris hitting in the 6th spot for Huntington North. Nate Bowman is the scheduled hitter next, and that pitch, a called strike at the knees on the outside corner, as Harris was already taking the protective gear off. Now he has to put it back on. Has a shin pad on that front leg. He's back in the batter's box to get the 3-1 pitch. And he fouls it off. It's 3-2, trying to come all the way back. Evan Reinhardt, the left-handed hurler for the Carroll Chargers. Brooks, the leadoff first. The lefty brings the payoff pitch. That is inside. That is ball 4, and there's 2 aboard for Huntington North. No quit in the Vikings. They're down by 4, batting bottom of the 7th. Of course, in high school baseball, this is like the bottom of the 9th. It's only a 7-inning game. The pitch, swing and a miss by Nate Bowman, who, when this game started over 2 hours ago, was the starting pitcher for the Huntington North Vikings. Right-handed hitter against the southpaw hurler. And the 0-1. That's a called strike at the knees on the outside corner, and it's an 0-2 hole for Bowman. Runner at first and second. 1 out, and a pitch high and tight. 1-2. Adrian Brooks, the runner at second, running for Tyler Williams. Brady Harris at first, and the pitch lifted in the air, right center. The wind will help it, but not enough. Camping under it, Logan Inman, the right fielder. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away. Now the Chargers within 1 out of evening their record at 11-11.
Yes, sir. Finish it.
Now batting for the Vikings,
Max Robrock.
Number 16, Max Robrock,
is going to be the hitter. Robrock was pinch hit for his last time up, but on the re-entry rule, he is back into his spot, and he will bat with 2 outs and 2 on in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a swing and a miss on a fastball that got past him, 0-1. (11-7), Carroll the lead. The stretch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2, and Carroll a strike away from wrapping up their 11th win of the year. Reinhardt looks in, gets the sign. The 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled out of play.
Great spot.
Robrock still alive. Robrock, a senior catcher, waits and steps out. The pitch comes in, but time was called. Still an 0-2 count on Robrock. Reinhardt brings it, and it's fouled back out of play. Couple of foul balls after the 0-2 start, and Robrock still live with 2 runners on, 4-run deficit, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, and the pitch. And that is lined, and it is down for a base hit into left field. Rounding third, being waved home, is Adrian Brooks. He's going to come in to score. Stopping at second base is Brady Harris, but it is a 2-out, 2-strike base hit for Max Robrock, and the game still alive for Huntington North. Robrock will be run for. The courtesy runner comes in And it is Red Holzinger, who was the runner earlier in the game for Robrock.
Doherty, Red Holzinger, courtesy runner at first.
So the first pitch fired in to Parker Doherty as a strike. A run in here in the bottom of the 7th, an 11-8 game, and this one grounded to second. Newhauser with the short throw to first, and that will end the ball game.
That's your final, ladies.
Huntington North does score a run here in the 7th, but they leave a couple of runners on base. And the final score of our PSM baseball game of the week here at Huntington, the Carroll Chargers defeat the Huntington North Vikings 11-8. We will take a quick break and then come back and wrap it up here in Huntington next. You're listening to High School Baseball presented by PSM Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. The Carroll Chargers even on the air now, 11-11 as they knock off the Huntington North Vikings 11-8 in game 1 of 2. And so for the Chargers, a good win over a quality baseball team as Huntington North falls to 14-6 with the loss. For Carroll, it was Jackson Sparks. He'll be heading to Indiana State to play with the Sycamores when his high school career ends, but he had a heck of a day wearing the blue and white of Carroll today because Sparks ends up going 4 for 4 with a walk, 2 home runs, and a double. Basically needed to trade in one of his homers for a triple, and he could have had the cycle, but the home runs, number 7 and 8 on the year. And it turned out that that home run he hit in the 7th kind of pivotal because ultimately that ensured the win for the Carroll Chargers. He had a 2-run homer in the 7th. He had a solo shot, or rather a 2-run homer in the 5th. So just a big day for Jackson Sparks. Huntington North also had a couple of home runs on their side. Marcus Linker hit a 3-run homer in the 3rd, and Brady Harris a 3-run homer in the 5th, but it wasn't enough for Huntington North as they fall 11-8. The Carroll Chargers took a 1-0 lead in the first. Huntington North tied it at 1 in the bottom of the first inning before Carroll took a 3-1 advantage in the top of the second. Huntington North got that 3-run home run from Linker to take a 4-3 lead through 3 complete, but Carroll came right back and scored 3 runs in the top of the 4th and never looked back. At that point, they led it 6-4. They added 2 more runs in the 5th to have an 8-4 advantage, and that was just the cushion they needed to withstand a 3-run homer from Brady Harris that made it 8-7. 3 insurance runs in the top of the 7th made it 11-7, and then Huntington North with a solo run in the bottom of the 7th, but the Vikings fall short 11-8. Well, coming up next week, we've got a huge one on tap. Perhaps the 2 best teams in our area will hook up to end the regular season. It's going to be the Leo Lions and the Homestead Spartans coming up next week on our high school baseball game of the week. As always, so many people to thank, including PSM Baseball Academy, led by Josh Van Meter. You can get Major League Baseball caliber training here in the Fort. Certainly look for baseball, PSM Baseball, to get all of your training taken care of with our buddy Josh Van Meter. Also a big thanks to Midwest Box Breaks and Old Fort Baseball Company for their support of our high school baseball broadcast. If you did listen to today's game, we'd appreciate any comments that you might have. You can always tweet at us at 1380 The Fan on X. Also, the text line always available for your questions or comments at 260-447-8500. That is our text line, 260-447-8500. Don't forget, too, all of our high school broadcasts, all are archived, and you can listen to them at your leisure 24/7 by going to our podcast page. You can search for it wherever you listen to your podcast at Fort Wayne High School Sports. Well, for Adam Lundy back in the studio, I am Brett Rump. Again, the final of Game 1 here at Huntington North. They'll play a second game. We won't be here to be able to broadcast it, but they will play the second part of their doubleheader next. But the final in Game 1, the Carroll Chargers defeat the Huntington North Vikings 11-8. Have a fantastic Saturday. Enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. See, I'm already 1 week ahead. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll look forward to having you join us next Saturday morning for Leo and Homestead. You've been listening to the High School Baseball Game of the Week, presented by PSM Baseball Academy on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.